friends, this is Uncle Elijah. Are you ready to study the Bible? Good. Before we start, let's pray. Lord Jesus, please help us be more like you. In Jesus' name, amen. Our story is about Joseph and his 10 brothers of the 12 tribes of Israel. Jacob's favorite of all his kids was Joseph and Benjamin. And Jacob loved Joseph so much that Jacob made a splendid rainbow robe. But his brothers were jealous. Joseph's brothers were jealous. They wanted rich rainbow robes too. One day, his brothers went to Shechem. And Joseph was sent to Shechem. Joseph's father sent Joseph to Shechem to check on his brothers. So he got some food to take him too. Joseph did. And also, Joseph walked over to Shechem for miles and miles and miles to Shechem, and from Israel, which was Canaan in their time, not Israel. But now, they actually went over to Shechem. Joseph went over to Shechem, and he asked the leaders of Shechem to actually tell him where his brothers were. And they said, the elders said that his brothers were at Dothan. So, Joseph journeyed many days to get to Dothan. And then he saw his brothers far off. And the brothers saw him. And the brothers were so angry that they plotted to kill him. The brothers actually, but Simeon said, no, let's not kill him. Let's put him in this pit. And when Joseph went up to them, Joseph was torn off his clothes. He was thrown into the pit. And yeah, he actually stayed there while they were eating until the brothers saw some traders come by, and they said, the brothers said, let's sell him to the traders. So they put Joseph out of the pit and sold him a slave for 13 pieces of silver. How bad Joseph felt as he was going over the mountains of Canaan. How bad Joseph felt to leave his family and everything. And Joseph was crying and praying. And when they arrived at the slave market, Joseph was sold to Potiphar, the captain of Pharaoh's army. prison. But one day, two prisoners came, and they said they were the baker, and they were the Pharaoh's cupbearer. So they both were accused, and they both had inspiring dreams. So, Joseph explained Pharaoh's cupbearer actually told him the dream first. I dreamed that I was carrying grapes. We fell into Pharaoh's cup. And then, that's what he dreamed, cupbearer dreamed. But Joseph said, in three days, the cupbearer will be released and be his cupbearer again. And then the baker's dream. I dreamed that I was carrying some loaves of bread on my head, and the birds ate them. That's what he dreamed. And then Joseph answered and said, in 3 days, you will be executed. So he stayed in prison, and he told the cupbearer, could you remember me when you get out? And he didn't remember Joseph. In 3 days it happened, just as Joseph had said. The cupbearer was Pharaoh's cupbearer again, but the baker was slain, executed. But one night, Pharaoh had a dream. 2 dreams, in fact. One of them was thin corn coming up, and then fat corn gobbling up thin corn. And then the other dream was thin cows gobbling up fat cows. What on earth did it mean? He didn't know. So he asked all his wise men and counselors what the dream meant, and they can't do that. So the cupbearer remembered Joseph, and the cupbearer told Pharaoh that Joseph was in jail, but he could actually interpret dreams. So Pharaoh sent for Joseph, and Joseph said, both of these dreams say the same thing. And these dreams mean that in 7 years, there's going to be 7 years of plenty and 7 years of famine. You need to store up storehouses so you can feed the people of Egypt so we can't starve. So Joseph was set in charge over the whole land of Egypt. And he actually stored up storehouses, and he put grain and other kinds of food in those storehouses for people to eat. And the 7 years of famine, one of the people that came was his own brothers. Joseph's 10 brothers came, but they didn't recognize Joseph. They actually didn't recognize Joseph. brothers, Joseph's 10 brothers went through some tests that actually, and then Joseph said who he was, and the Joseph's 10 brothers were afraid. They thought that he was dead, but God had saved him. And Joseph sent for his 10 brothers to come to live into the land of Egypt with their father. Many years later, they were still living in the land of Egypt, and they went back to the land of Canaan. There's a lesson for us that we can be brave, and God can work for us. And that's what's happening right now. I have to be brave, and God will work for us. And He can be protected. There's a song that we can sing that goes along with our lesson. The angel of the Lord encamps around those who fear Him and delivers them. Let's pray. Lord Jesus, please help us as we go to be more like you. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you for watching. If you want to see more videos, and please could you actually pray for me, because I'm under exile and I'm not able to be with be at Oklahoma, so I'm in Washington. So could you pray for me? And if you want to see more, would you like to actually donation, go to GoFundMe, and you can donate in your gift. And if you want to see more videos that I did, go to Elijah's Cove and PeterMylandMinistry.net. Bye! Happy Sabbath!